All right, team, welcome to a new week and a new month. We've got the WOD brief for Monday the 1st. So for today's workout, this is a straight up GPP, general physical preparedness workout. We have monostructural, which means we've got some running. We've got gymnastics, which we've got some pull-ups and some knees to elbows, and we've also got some weightlifting in the dumbbell clean and jerk. So it's fun for all the family. We've got something in there that tests you in every which way we can with CrossFit. So we're gonna have a 400-meter run at the top of the workout. We are then gonna move on to 20 dumbbell clean and jerks. So we're gonna touch one head of the dumbbell down to the ground, bring it up to the shoulder, and then separately get it to overhead, okay? Once we've done 20 of those, and you can alternate those however you wish, or you can use a double dumbbell or a barbell for those. You're gonna get into 9 strict pull-ups. So if you've got a pull-up bar, just go for that straight 9 strict pull-ups, or reduce the number to somewhere where you can do it in 2 sets. If you don't have a pull-up bar, then what I want you to do is either use the towel rows that we looked at last week, where you set up either a sheet or a towel in a knot through the door, and then you can row horizontally like that and do double the reps, or use a dumbbell row and again do double the reps, alternating the arms if you've not got 2 dumbbells. So once you got through the 9 strict pull-ups, we're then onto the 9 strict knees to elbows. Now for these, if you've got the space and you've got a secure pull-up bar, then go for the 9 strict knees to elbows, or go for 9 strict knees to chest, or as high as you can get with the knees. I want to try and keep them strict though, so there's absolutely no swing. You come down, legs straight below you, and then bring the knees back up again without any back swing. If you don't have any setup that you can easily do that with, what we're going to do is we're going to move to V-ups. So you can do 9 V-ups or 9 tuck crunches. So that's your first round. After that round, the reps decrease a little bit. The run stays the same. You're going to go out for that 400 meter, 16 clean and jerks, 6 strict pull-ups, and 6 knees to elbows, and then 400 meter run, 12 clean and jerks with the dumbbell, 3 strict pull-ups, and 3 strict knees to elbows. Now, with this workout, we're looking at somewhere in the 13 to 18 minute range, depending on speed with this one. And the real task with this is to do it unbroken, okay? You don't want to have to break any of those movements up. None of them should be either heavy enough or enough volume that you have to break them up. The only one that might come up is the strict pull-ups, okay? So if your strict pull-ups aren't there quite in the volume, just go to 2 sets at most for the first round. But after that, we should be able to get them in pretty much unbroken. So really just keep moving, okay? Try not to take any rest during the sets of each movement. And then once you're going in between, just, count yourself to 3 breaths and then pick up the dumbbell, move on to the bar, that sort of thing. Strategy for this that I really want to focus on as well is keeping a consistent run pace. So I want you to keep your eye on the clock, see what time it takes you to do your first run. Use that as a benchmark. Could you go a little bit faster? How did you feel when you got onto the dumbbell? Adjust your run pace to suit, but try and keep it fairly consistent throughout those 3 400-meter runs, okay? That is gonna be where a good bulk of your time is, so make sure it's a good fast run. You should be heavy breathing when you come back in, and then getting onto the clean and jerk pretty much straight away, maybe with 3 breaths rest. Depending on the ground conditions, you can swap that 400-meter run out if you need to for some skipping or jumping jacks, and just use the same volume if you're swapping jumping jacks in versus the skipping. So we're gonna do 100 double unders, or we are gonna do 200 single unders. And scale that number if you need to, if that is a high volume for you in terms of skipping or jumping jacks. Scale it down a little bit, but bear in mind it should take you somewhere in the region of 1.5 to 2 minutes, okay? Because that's a 1.5 minute time for 400 meters. It's fairly fast. And then 2 minutes is more on the normal side for a 400 meters. Hey, some of you got a 1 minute 400 meters, so somewhere in the 1 to 2 minute range. So in terms of our optional accessory work today, we've got 2 parts. We've got the barbell part, which I'm saying barbell because I programmed it as barbell, but if you want to do this with a dumbbell, either single or double, then it would also be worthwhile. We're going to do 3 rounds for max reps. They don't have to be unbroken, but if you want to get them the biggest number, unbroken would be a good plan. We're going to do hang power clean for 30 seconds, straight into shoulder to overhead for 30 seconds. Okay, so hang, meaning we're just going from between the knee and the hips with the barbell, bringing it up to the front rack. You don't have to get down to any squat depth with that. You pick the load with this one, so if you go heavier, you might have to get a bit lower into that receiving position, but you pick the load, make it the same load that you use for the shoulder to overhead, okay? So in the shoulder to overhead, you are gonna do that however you please. I would go for a push jerk, so where we dip, drive, and then get underneath to stand, all right? Either with the dumbbell or the barbell. Learn to breathe in these movements. That's the big focus, okay? You've got 30 seconds, you can keep moving, but try and find a rhythm with it. So try and find a way that you can breathe fairly happily through those movements, okay? Once you finish that, we're into optional accessory work part 2, and we're gonna do 3 sets of 12 stiff leg, single leg deadlifts. Following on from a continuation of the series we've been doing over the past few weeks, you're gonna do that per leg, so 12 reps on the left, 12 reps on the right, and then move on. If you need to check out the video for that, if you've not done them before, check it out on the prepare section of the workout. Really focus on making sure that knee stays almost straight, but really it just has tension, okay? You're then gonna make sure that your back stays completely flat and you're not reaching your shoulders forward and down and rounding to get that dumbbell to the floor. Only go as low as you can maintain that solid position, okay? Without either bending the knee too much or bending the back. And to finish off, for our cool down and stretch, we're gonna get into the hamstrings in whichever way you please. And we are then gonna get into the pecs. For this, I programmed in the seated hands behind the back version of the chest and pec stretch, but whichever you prefer. All right, guys, hopefully this is a good month. We're gonna kick off with this workout. Enjoy, let us know how you did on this one. Post your scores in beyond the whiteboard, and I'll see you again tomorrow.